All right, everybody, welcome back to Science. Got another video for you today where we're going to be talking about section 15. If you will notice here, I do not have right here the textbook and the textbook and the review sheet here. That's because if you are a blended student, you can listen to me here, but in another window, you need to go to your classrooms, to your Google Classroom setup and find the chapter 15, section 1 work there. Now, since you got two windows set up, you can listen to me talk and you can watch the video, and then when I tell you to hit pause, then you go to your other window and type in your notes that you need to be taking. So, you could kind of what you do is you'll basically have two windows open. So here, let me open up kind of what you would do is you would have me playing in one tab, and then say, like, if you are in second period science, well, then you'll need to go to classwork right here, and you need to find this right here, chapter 15, section 1, and you need to open that up, and here's where the textbook is, and here's where the review sheet is, where you need to take notes. So go to your classroom and find wherever, whichever you're in first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth period, find that, and that is where you will need to do the work. All right. So, and just have me playing in one of the tabs that, over to the side, and you can go back and forth. All right. So, well, I just X'd out of what I specifically needed. So let me open that up again and bring that back up. All right, I'm going to work out a first period science. Oh, and by the way, those of you that have been absent on Monday, or those of you that are blended, you need to read these right here. They are very important. Has to do with progress report. If you're a blended person, you need to get that thing signed and in the mail to me. I need to have it by Friday. Warm-ups from this last week are due tonight at midnight. The copy and paste, many of you are committing plagiarism. It's okay to copy and paste your own work, but those of you that are going to Google and typing in the word and stealing that definition and putting on your review sheet, I'm going to start giving you zeros for that. That is illegal to do that. That is an honor code violation. So you need to stop doing that. We're going to start setting deadlines for things like this warm up from last Friday. You should have had that turned in over this weekend. So you've got until midnight tonight, but I'm going to stop that. I'm going to start setting like warm up deadlines, like 3:30 on Sunday afternoon, things like that. And when absent traditional students, you are expected to do your work on Google Classroom. You're expected to pick up the computer and look and see what all you've missed. All right, but y'all can read those. There's a little bit more detail in there. Go through there and read those. All right, so let's get started with class today. And let's open up one of the green books here and let's go. We're going to start talking about food and energy today. We're going to talk about eating and what happens to the food as you eat it, and where does it go. That's part of this chapter, and what becomes of it. So it starts out talking about how important food is for our rituals. If you'll think about holidays and birthdays, they always surround food. Thanksgiving is a big meal. Christmas usually has a big meal, and New Year's Day, everybody's got to eat black-eyed peas. A lot of good that did for this year. The Halloween is around eating candy. There's lots of candy that's given out and, celebrated. And think about Easter. There's when lots of people have huge meals around Easter. So, and your birthday, you have a cake. So lots of our celebrations they evolve around food. And the reason is because food is essential for our survival. There's two. If you'll look right here where it says nutrients, that's word number one. So you need to be making your way to where you're going to write your notes, whether a new document or at the bottom of that of the review sheet. Nutrients are the substances in food that provide the raw materials and energy the body needs to carry out essential processes. And I kind of marked through some of the lines right there. But nutrients are substances in food that provide raw materials for energy. Energy is a big part the body needs to carry out essential processes. So hit pause and type that out. All right, so we get from nutrients energy, and we also get building blocks that we need in order to build new cells, which is very, very important. If we don't build new cells, you can't grow as a child. If we don't build new cells, you can't repair damaged cells. If we injure ourselves, we can't, repair the damage. So we have to be taking in material, and then that material that you eat is turned into new cells, basically. All right. So before we go any further, let's scroll down here a little bit and let's talk about calories. All right. So what is a calorie? All right. Your second word is calorie. All right. Calories have to do with energy in food. All right. Right here. And it's kind of long. The amount of energy needed to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. Calorie is the amount of energy needed to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. All right, hit pause. All right, you've typed that in. All right, so what is a calorie? And you've heard of calorie your entire life. You know that calorie is something having to do with food and energy in food. All right, well, I'm going to draw a really bad picture right here. I'm going to do it right here in this area right here. And this is what my high school teacher did for us. I'm a horrible drawer, and it's not going to be very pretty either with me having to draw it this way, but maybe you'll understand. She took pretend that this is a little metal stand, and she put it on her desk. Then she took a beaker, and that beaker had water on it, and she put the beaker on it. All right, and we're going to draw some water in there. And then she had a thermometer. And we're going to pretend like that's a really poorly drawn thermometer right there. But the thermometer would tell us the temperature of the water that was in the beaker. Okay? Now, underneath this little metal stand right here, she had a little platform, and this platform had a metal spike coming out of it. All right. And on that metal spike, she put a peanut. And she caught it on fire. Well, when that peanut caught on fire, it caused the water in this beaker to go up. And so the thermometer went up a little bit. Well, if you'll look at your definition again, a calorie is the amount of energy needed to raise the temperature 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. In other words, she had water in here, and when that peanut caught on fire, the temperature went up. And what that meant was that peanut had calories in it. The calorie was burning because it had energy in it, and it was causing the temperature of that water to go up. And that's what a calorie is. A calorie is when you're able to warm water using food energy. Okay? Well, what she did next was, let me hit the eraser here. All right. She then got a Snicker bar, a bite-sized Snicker bar, and put on the spike, and she caught it on fire. Now, what do you think happened when that Snickers bar caught on fire? Yes, chocolate and caramel oozed all over the place. What do you think happened to the water inside that beaker? That's right. The temperature went way higher, even higher than what the peanut. So which one had more calories, the Snickers bar or the peanut? No, that's right. The Snickers bar did. And so this was her way of showing us how the more calories, the higher the water temperature will go up, and the more the water temperature goes up, the more calories are in the food. So that Snickers bar had way more calories in it than your regular old peanut did. All right. So let's scroll down here and let's get to our next word. All right. Now, we talked about energy. Now, the other part of nutrients was building blocks. All right. Well, here is one of the building blocks, and the word is carbohydrates. All right. So, carbohydrates. Oh, you can hardly see that. So, let's make it a little bit darker. All right. What is carbohydrates? Now, this one's kind of long too. Carbohydrates are composed of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, and are a major source of energy. In other words, carbohydrates is something that we eat that gives us a lot of the energy that we use to get around from day to day. For example, this morning I ate a bagel, and that bagel gave me carbohydrates, and that is what I use for energy early in the day. So, carbohydrates, which are composed of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, are a major source of energy. Hit pause. All right. So I mentioned to you that eating a bagel for breakfast in the morning gives me carbohydrates. Eating toast will give you carbohydrates. Here, let me show you some carbohydrates. Here are some examples of carbohydrates right here. All right. Bread, bananas, pasta right here. Where's that picture I was? Here's another one right here. Here's some bread right up here. Potatoes are full of carbohydrates. Pretzels, like you see right here. Dates. And there's all kinds of different pastas that are shown all throughout here. So all of it, honey has carbohydrates in it. All of these things are high energy. They give us energy that we need throughout the day. So that's why I eat a bagel, because that's a type of bread like what you see right here. And it gives me energy for the morning. If I don't eat something in the morning, it will make me sick. I'll get sick to my stomach if I don't have something to work off of. And that's because if you don't eat breakfast, your body struggles coming up with energy from either the day before the last meal that you ate, or it will start using your fat, and that's a harder energy for your body to work off of. So, all right, let's get back over here to, all right, it's over here. All right, so carbohydrates, and here's some more examples right here. Simple carbohydrates are in brownies and watermelon and milk, and these kind of simple carbohydrates are not very good for you. The kind that is like in brownies and here, donuts. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. Donuts with sprinkles, looking good. I even like these pictures right here. Look how yummy that icing looks and those sprinkles on top of it. Well, all of that is simple carbohydrates. And those are those add up quickly in your body and are stored away. Um, and now, simple, if you'll look right here, it says simple carbohydrates are also known as sugars. One sugar, which is called glucose, all right, we need to write this one down. All right, glucose. Glucose is the major source of energy for your body's cells. Okay, write that down. Hit pause. Okay, glucose is a major source of energy for your body cells. It's how your body, it's what your body is using right now to help you listen to me and to type your information. Um, it is used by your body as an energy source. Okay. All right. So the next word here, number, what number? We did glucose. Number 5 is complex carbohydrates. All right. And you'll find it. You see, this is why you listen to me, because complex carbohydrates are not listed. It's not in bold print. So, what is complex carbohydrates? Complex carbohydrates are made of many sugar molecules linked together in a chain. Complex carbohydrates are made up of many sugar molecules linked together in a chain. All right, hit pause and type that in. One example of a complex carbohydrate that is made up of many sugar molecules, and molecules are what are combined together to make everything in the universe. So, complex carbohydrates has many sugar molecules that are combined together, and then when you eat them, they're broken down and they're rearranged to make new cell parts for whatever your body needs in order to keep you healthy. Right here, it talks about starch is a complex carbohydrate, and I bet you eat some foods that have starch in it. Potatoes have starch, rice has starch, corn has starch in it. So all of those things are filled with starch, which is something that your body uses to keep you healthy. All right, now let's roll down here. All right, number 6, the last word of the day is going to be fats. All right. Fats are an energy containing nutrients that are composed of carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. However, fats contain more than twice the energy of an equal amount of carbohydrate. The longest definition of all for today: fats are high energy containing nutrients that are composed of carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. Now that's the same as carbohydrates. The difference is the next part. However, fats contain more than twice the energy of an equal amount of carbohydrates. Hit pause and come back to me. All right, so what does that mean? Okay, if I give you a slice of bread, if I give you a slice of cake, and they're the exact same size, which one's going to have more fat in it? That cake will. So which one's going to have more energy in it? That's right. It's going to be that cake. Even though they look alike and they're about the same size, it's got more fat in it. So therefore, it's going to have way more energy in it. And that's why you need to kind of avoid eating things that are high fat, because it's got so much energy in it. And if you don't work it off, well, then it will build up as fat on you. And you don't want to look like Coach Belufsky. You want to stay nice and trim. So, anyway, that is the information for today. Right now, all you need to do is write those 6 definitions. And tomorrow, we will pick up from there. I hope you have a great day today. See ya.